This journey begins at Luleå Airport, picking up my dearest Rosalina. Before throwing her straight into the deep end, we spend a few days at my place, letting her adjust to the surreal glow of the Swedish midnight sun. But the real goal was waiting. We hitched up the caravan and set off for what is often called Europe's last true wilderness. Our first stop was Laxede, a massive power dam along the Luleå River. It's an interesting setup, an artificial channel with campings on both sides. Strangely, the paid official campsite was almost empty, while the free side was packed with boondoggers. We enjoyed a quiet night before pushing on to Camp 2, Oranjarka. To get there, you drive down a 120 kilometers dead-end road. There are a few side tracks along the way, but make no mistake, every single one of them eventually dissolves into nothingness, swallowed by the wild. We arrived early at Oranjarka to position ourselves for the next day. By pure luck, our stay coincided with the annual meeting of the Swedish Seaplane Association. For an aviation geek like me, it was fun. Watching these planes touch down on the glassy water and docked around the camping against the mountain backdrop was the perfect prelude for our upcoming flight. The next morning the road finally ran out. Kvikkjokk is the end of the line for wheels. From here, our only way forward was up. We boarded the helicopter and watched civilization shrink behind us. When we touched down, our tipi was already pitched by our guides Frederik and Jimmy from Kalix Jakt op Fisketoerisme. We were in the Kvikkjokk Kabla primeval forest. Technically it borders Sarek, but it sits just outside the national park boundaries, meaning we could legally fish. And yes, for the record, we had all our permits sorted. A great fishing adventure with our guide in the mountains. It's wonderful to be here. Yeah. We're the only people here amongst millions of mosquitoes, but it's not a problem. Sarek earns his reputation as Europe's last wilderness because it's completely untouched and completely unforgiving. The ground here is a masterclass in friction. On the valley floors, the thick moss feels exactly like walking on a waterbed, sapping the energy from your legs with every stride. But the moss is deceptive. Beneath that lush green carpet lies a chaotic maze of jagged boulder fields. The vegetation bridges the gaps between the rocks, creating invisible traps. One wrong step and you drop knee deep into a void, risking a broken bone miles away from any hope of rescue. This isn't the environment where you can easily manage a camera, a tripod, and a script. First of all, when you are surrounded by a landscape this overwhelming, you need to just put the gear down and experience it together. Second, when you're actively fighting the terrain just to stay upright, camera handling becomes nearly impossible. After 2 full days of pure wilderness bliss, catching the pristine trout and Arctic char for campfire dinners, the chopper roared back into the valley to pick us up. It's funny, it's only when you're looking down from the sky that it truly sinks in just how isolated you really were. We spent one more night back at Aranjarka for a much needed shower and a solid night's sleep. This is Camp 4. The car and the caravan are very dirty from the 100 kilometers of gravel road. Took like 3 hours. And we're on a small river called Boernelven. And maybe tomorrow before we go home, we try to catch a fish here.